Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to High Vibe Mornings. This is episode in the 50s, so I just want to thank y'all who have tuned in live and those who watch the replay. I do this show every Tuesday, Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Next week, we will be taking a holiday break. So I hope you guys enjoy your holiday week next week. For those of you who are new to me, my name is Kelly Lunt. I'm an intuitive channel and law of attraction teacher. And I like to start these shows with a general channel message from Spirit and then dive into free mini reads, which of course super chats do get priority. And I appreciate each and every one of you who do send in super chats. Announcements. I have a new mastermind opening up. It's called Expansion. A lot of times, what I'm finding with clients I'm working with right now, they need to expand into that next version of themselves. And because you're either in the vibrational vicinity of your manifestation or you're not. And if you're in the vibrational vicinity of it, as soon as you hold the thought and hold the feeling state of having it for 30, 60 seconds, it tends to come right in within a week, no more than 2 weeks. If it's not coming in right away, it tends to mean that you're on the journey of getting ready to become the person who has a default expectation that would come in for exactly someone like you. And that involves a expansion on your part. You need to be in the vibration of expansion, the vibration of new. So you need to become a new person so that you can receive that desire. And what I'm finding is that oftentimes people, when they start getting that new sensation in their body, which is just expansion, focus on the becoming of the new you, because it's a new sensation, they tend to freak out. So if you put your hands together, notice which set of fingers are on top. You're just clasping your hands together for those of you who aren't watching it as a video. Mine's my left hand, so now I'm just unclasping and reclasping. I'm making sure my right hands are on top now. That's what's going on for you guys vibrationally. And a lot of times when people do this the first time, they're like, oh my God, that's new, that freaks me out, that weirds me out. But this isn't dangerous. This isn't scary. This is just new parts of your hands are feeling sensations, expansion, that you haven't felt before. So your body just has to get used to it. Your brain is receiving, the impulses from your hands, and your brain eventually tells your body, hey, you're okay, you're safe. And if you hold it for about 2 minutes, it will start to feel like nothing, no big deal. So what's happening is when people are manifesting something new, when they go like this, start connecting to the new, they get the inspired idea, they like freak out and go, oh my God, I'm not doing that. I'm manifesting a husband. Why were they sending me to a Zumba class? And they just like freak out and they stop. But so that's what this mastermind started in January is designed for. So, I'm obviously, if you're watching this, I'm obviously not at my normal desk. If you just go to my website, kellylunt.com, you'll find it on there. I think it's kellylunt.com/expansion. But come join the hangout in January for that if you would like. If you're coming live, say hello. Let me know you're here. If you're watching the replay, comment replay, let me know you're here. It looks like we got Concha in the house. Good morning. I'm expanding to new in my next step for my brokerage. Awesome. I'm just waiting for this action step and inspired. Oh yeah, there's some energy there, Concha, for sure. Hey Taz, how are you? What is the 360 comment about? Oh my God, I didn't do this week's weekly reads, did I? I will try to get on that later today. What is 360 about? And then we'll get into the general message. And then we'll dive into its free mini reads, but of course, super chats do get priority. I'll maybe wait like 20 more seconds, Taz, to see what your 360 question mark is. Yeah, I'd love a weekly read. Haha, I love it. I know, I can't believe I forgot to do those. For whatever reason, the 360 question mark reminded me that I didn't do it. Yeah, Concha, I'm kind of mainly staying on top of that because you and Antoinette said, we love them. How do we get them more often? I said, I do apologize this week. Okay, I'm not seeing Taz's comments. Let's get to the general channel message from Spirit. Letting it go and becoming the new you. Becoming the new you will involve letting go of frustrations, letting go of anger. More importantly, it's about becoming the new you that sees things differently. I'm willing to see things differently. I'm willing to feel about things differently. I'm ready to become in alignment. I'm ready for me and me to be connected. The part of me that takes action and the part of me that knows the next action step. The human me connected to my inner being. The inner being that's connected to source. When there's a manifestation, there's the human, there's source. Your inner being, as soon as you send off the arc of desire, automatically goes to source and pulls it into your vortex. Your job as your human is to connect to your inner being so that you could hear the impulses from your inner being. Alignment is forefront. When you're connected to your inner being, you're naturally each and every day expanding to a new feeling state, which does mean the human you will see things differently. The person who did you wrong, who did you dirty, who took advantage of you will become aw, he was just looking for love in all the wrong places. I'm glad I can love him for 1 or 2 days out of the week. I trust that his inner being will guide him to other sources of love. Once his human side of him connects to his inner being, he's going to find other sources of love, and I'll be there to celebrate him when he finds it. Fights with an ex-lover or someone you're on a break with will become, actually, this time apart was needed. I've stepped more into me. I've connected more to me than I have before. I've enjoyed the light touch connection. Instead of, he's withholding, he's playing games, he's trying to get me to chase him. Alignment is key. And many of you are just resisting that epiphany change because you're so afraid of being taken advantage of, being disrespected. That was an old you that didn't know that that wasn't okay. You do have to become comfortable with seeing things in a new way for your next evolution, for your next expansion. We invite you to be willing to see things differently and then watch your world unfold magically quite differently. And with that, we invite super chats and mini reads. Hey, Karina made it. What's up? So guys, comment on the general read, and Concha, let's go ahead and focus on you first, unless there's a super chat. After I help Concha, we will of course move on to the next person. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I appreciate doing this show, and I obviously can't do it without you. I love tapping into source and feeling that energy. Great, but yeah, I kind of saw how they did a little personal for you, me, and maybe even Antoinette in there. Yeah, and Karina, what's up? How are you? What happened to Leona? Hey, where's Lakesview? Oh, and Karina, we have our practice call this Friday. Thank you. You're busy with like holiday stuff or what? But Concha, let's go ahead and explore your energy a little bit more. And I really think for you, it's about reframing how you view N. Do you got a big family, Karina? Who else is live? Say hello. I'm wondering why my foot is so sensitive. It has felt better recently, but still feels something. Okay. Well, Concha, that's because you're not taking the new action. There's a part of you that really likes all that downtime and that does get you into an extremely blissful state. But to be running a brokerage, you are going to be taking more daily action. There's a part of you that's like worried, will I still stay in alignment if I'm taking all that action? Will I still be as happy as I am? So there's just a little bit of fear of, if I start working more, will I still be able to maintain this bliss? But Concha, this is where you got to start to see a little bit of your old life in a new way. Like, actually, I'm a little bored staying at home as much as I stay home. Actually, I'm a little bit bored and I would like something fun to do. And I'd like to make more money. I want fuck you money, universe. So, universe, I'm on the path to fuck you money. And I'd like to see how putting more of my energy and my time into work can be beneficial for me. I'd like to see how it could be fun. I'd like to know that that feeling of productivity, that sense of achievement, that sense of accomplishment, I'd like to know and see and feel reassured that that will be enjoyable. All this is a little bit of a fear of working more being enjoyable for you. Also, I did miss for the brokerage lady from Berkshire asking how I was doing and if I signed up for brokerage yet. I was thinking about possibly checking to see if they have broker assistant openings or something. Well, what do you think of the first message? Got later part of message, but needed to hear that. What did you think of your message so far, Concha? I think when you get into alignment, Concha, it will be obvious if you should sign with them short term or not. Working more makes me nervous. Yeah, but you're on the path. And Karina, let's go ahead and do you next, unless someone super chats, you'll be next. It's recognizing that the fun's going to be different, Concha. Right? You know, like little babies, like toddlers, 18-month to like 3 years old, they love to be picked up. They love to be twirled. They love to be spun, and it's so good for them. It helps develop their brain, their creativity, proprioception. But once I've noticed, like, especially girls hit about 4 or 5, they're like, no, put me down. You know, now that we're adults, I don't want to be picked up. It's like, whoa, you know? So the point is, the fun comes in a new way. When I was at the trampoline park with all these little kids that I've adopted as my niece and nephews, I used to be the one jumping, look how high I could jump, Mom, I'm having so much fun. And now when I went there, I was like, I jumped, I somersaulted, I tried to cartwheel, I did a backward somersault. But a lot more of my fun came from seeing how much they were smiling, you know? And then when they would come and watch me and I was the only adult doing it, it came from them watching me versus me jumping high. Because I was unwilling to jump that high. I was willing to jump like 2 feet off the trampoline, that was it, you know? So the fun comes in a new way. So you're going to have fun in the walking and the excitement of helping of someone close on a house. It's going to come from, oh my God, I would have never have met my new BFF. But we both just love going to open houses. And I love that when we go, I see this and this when I go, and she sees this and this when we go. God, the two of us when we come together, right? So you got to be open to the new way that you're going to have fun. Yeah, it resonates. I want to keep feeling that beautiful vibe. I'm ready to start something as well, though, that's for sure. Feeling unsure about next steps. Well, tell me a little bit more, Karina. I'm going to focus on Contra like a bit more, but you got to tell me, like, I mean, I could obviously just do a general read for you, but what I would love to see as a law of attraction teacher is, hey, this is where I'm at, and this is where I want to go. I'm feeling unsure where to go. Just that little bit of, I hope that makes enough sense. And same for you, Concha. Let me go to your comment. And I could always do generals though, guys, so don't worry. I'm wondering why my foot is so sensitive. It's felt better recently, but still feeling something. So that's fine. That's cool. I can do that question. I just think that you guys will feel maybe a bit of proud and maybe a little bit of ownership if you're, hey, I know I'm going towards the brokerage route, and for whatever reason, I feel myself stalling and considering signing for another brokerage. I need help figuring out if it means I should sign with the other brokerage or if I should keep going down my path, you know, like, I don't know. Just try that out. Not next week, because next week we're taking a break. Try that out the following week in January and just see which one you guys like better. But I could obviously do generals too. Okay. So I think that's the sticking point though for you, Concha, though. I want to keep feeling this beautiful vibe. Okay, the beautiful vibe that you feel is from your old chapter. Like the vibe, the fun is going to come from a different way, right? My fun no longer comes from talking mom into taking me to the trampoline park. My fun now comes from I took 3 kids to the trampoline park. One was a little repeating himself 10 times. And at the end of the day, when I got to take him to a place where I said, hey, so you know how I keep asking you to like stop repeating yourself? Just say it once or twice and that's it. I chose this restaurant because you said you wanted a chili cheese hot dog. They're the only place that I know that has it. So I just wanted to let you know that I did hear you. And seeing that kid just like soften and his chest puffed and he like started beaming. It was like I gave him that feeling. I let him know that he was valuable, that he was heard, that he was seen. That is where my fun came from. But you see how his good feeling and my good feeling were different? His was, oh, I got something I wanted. Someone went out of their way for me. And then for the first time, and I've been in this kid's life for, I don't know, 2 years now. For the first time, he has said, hey Kelly, I just want to say like thank you. I was like, what? He's like, thank you. And also thank you for spending your money on me. I was like, what? Ugh. That felt good. I was like, whoa, this appreciation. I was like, I will spend more money on you, kid. Right? But like old me loved it when I was in my 20s. I loved it when men spent money on me. Does that kind of starting to make a little bit of sense, Concha? I was happy when she messaged me and thinking of what was exploring being a broker's assistant or checking out working in partnership. Okay, then explore it more. If you were happy, explore it more. It's more like I want to take the right step. Not that I'm stuck on this perfection. I'm waiting for the right step and I want to step into something enjoyable, productive. Yeah, I just want, right? My fun came from, honestly, the best feeling that day was being appreciated. Because I did a lot of drive time to get all 3 of those kids. I did like 2 hours of driving. I did like 3 hours of driving for 3 hours of playtime. But they all gave me a lot of appreciation. And like that, I never thought appreciation would be my source of joy. Okay. So actually, so you and Karina are at the exact same spot. Concha, you're stuck on, it's more like I want to take the right step, not that I'm stuck on this perfectionism. I'm waiting for the right step and I want to step into something enjoyable and productive. Okay. Universe, you better give me such an aligned next step that every single unfoldment of that journey and path ahead is enjoyable and blissful and uplifting. But Concha, this is more about, are you going to stay focused on the becoming? Oh, this is the new way to view it. Oh, this is the next thing I'm discovering and learning how to do. Oh, this is how I need to view that. Or are you going to be focused on, oh, the deal just didn't go through. What is this thing that I didn't even know about? Oh my God, dysregulated nervous system. It's more about, are you committed? I'm going to make this path enjoyable. Because when you're, so Concha, I got to come back. No manifestation is going to be such a blissful unfoldment that everything's perfect. You have to work yourself into alignment. And that's why it's translated as leading edge of creation, right? Elon Musk, he's on the leading edge of like science, space creation, right? He's had some rockets crash back down on Earth. He's had some rockets, I don't know, I haven't been paying that much attention to that man's journey. But you're on the leading edge of expansion of someone born into the environment you were born into and the limiting beliefs that you were born into. And now you're expanding to maybe work for a broker or become your own brokerage. Does that make sense? I want to view it different, but it's new. Can you get addicted, focused on the becoming? Can you get focused on this expansion feels good? Because that's why kids are so blissful happy. They're like, whoa, look at these hands. I could do things. Let me try to, mom's holding it. Okay, this is mom's hand. This is the kid's. Let me try to grab that. Oh, I can't grab it. Are you going to get frustrated and throw it on the ground? Or are you going to be like, whoa, we have these new sensations. Let me try it. Mom, look, I got it. Drop it, right? Because kids are so focused on the expansion of, oh, now that I could use my hands, great. Now what? Oh, now that I can walk, great. Mom, let's skip in the rain. That's why little kids are like, let's go skip in the rain. Because they're like, yay, I can skip, you know? So the point is like, now you're an adult. Can you get on the, hey, I'm taking tests. Hey, I'm becoming an authority. Hey, I'm becoming respectable. Hey, I'm starting to tap into the vibrations of being a boss and having employees or consultants. Does that make sense? But when you're focused on the expansion of, look what I can now do, oh, bummed, I'm disappointed, I couldn't quite get it right, but that's my next area that I'm expanding and getting better in. That's when you're like blissfully leading life on the leading edge of creation. That's when you're expanding. That's when you're going to be that adult who's, how does that 40, 50, 60-year-old still have fun, still have that bliss? Does that make sense? You can't leave the firmament. I am not frustrated, but I feel misunderstood right now. Uh-oh. Okay, you and I got off. Okay, catch me back up, Concha. Where are you at? I'm feeling a bit misunderstood too in my relationship. Hello, Mahik. How are you? Okay. You can leave the firmament. All right, Concha, catch me up. It sounds like, so Karina, this is helping you too. I can keep staying focused on Concha. And hey, Mahik, if you want to learn how to manifest, go to kellylunt.com/free gifts. I have a mini manifesting course. I do this show Tuesday, Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Next week, I'm taking a little bit of a break for the holidays. Download the free course, come back, hang out here. I always start the show with a general channeled message from source. And then I move on to free mini reads. Super chats, of course, do get priority. Okay, I'm okay with testing out some different scenarios, and I want to work for myself, but there are some steps, since I need to be legal compliant, I need to know the paperworks. Okay, so Concha, this is where like, wow, you are so much more empowered right now, Concha. I hope you see that difference, okay? Because, right, you have the straight into brokerage on your own, and you know there's going to be learning curves, legal compliance, blah, blah, blah. This was exactly what I was saying earlier. What I said, like, hey guys, I just think if you started to word it this way, you'd feel a little bit more like ownership or something. I don't know what you'll feel, but sometimes just try it out to see if you like it. So see if you like that, because this is exactly what I was talking about, right? So you're on the path to brokerage. You can go left, you can go right, straight into being your own broker, right? I'm gonna, for a short term, I'm gonna go work in another brokerage. That's a beautiful choice. And you don't want to put a, universe, give me the exact right one so that everything is blissful and I expect everything to be perfect, because there's going to be things about either choice that you need to bring into alignment. This one, what you're going to bring into alignment is, I don't know what I don't know. I'm afraid of all this legal compliance stuff. I'm afraid of not being compliant when I didn't even know it. That's something you're going to have to bring into alignment if you go that path. This path, you're going to be like, what I really like about this path is that I'm going to feel more rest assured. I'm going to learn from a long-standing brokerage, and one that has literally been around a long time, and they focus on luxury houses. I'm going to be learning all the legal compliance from them as I do make money. So I like that if I work there 6 months, 9 months, a year, no more than a year, I'm going to feel so much more confident to go down this path. But here, I'm going to have to adapt to a boss. I am going to have some meetings I'm probably going to think are pointless. So you're going to have to bring in coworkers into alignment. You're going to have to bring a boss into alignment. Does that make sense, Concha? Aw, thank you, Wholesome Rager. That's awesome. See, Concha, can you be celebrating? And Corinne, I hope this is helping you too. Can you be... Okay. Okay, hold on, let me read other comments, sorry. And some hands-on experience, whether I work with a partner or maybe in a brokerage for a bit. Beautiful, so you have 3 choices for a bit, but I don't want to insult Berkshire Hathaway because it's exciting to think about being with another team, but not for long. I just don't want to insult them if I say something like that. Oh, Concha, you never tell them, hey, I'm going to work for you, but it's short term. No, it's I'm excited to get started with you guys, and I can't wait to go all in and really focus on Berkshire Hathaways to learn from you guys and to expand and to help get those sales numbers up and help people find their dream homes. No one expects you to work somewhere for the rest of your life, you know? I think that's a sticking point for you. Because it kind of seems like there's a little bit of a theme of I want the absolute perfect right choice so that I'll just be happy the rest of my life. But what you're forgetting is that you're an ever evolving, ever expanding person, right? I like lifting weights. I like doing back squats. I'm up to like 205, and that's starting to get a little, not easy, but a little easy. So I could probably amp the weights up a little bit soon. Every time I talk to people who are older, it seems something happens close to the age of 50 where they're like, no, I don't do back squats anymore. It's like, why not? And they all just, no, I don't do that anymore. You know? I don't know why. And then when I see people in their like 80s and they're doing those little workout classes, all little snow leopards, and they're all smiling like, what a great workout, it's hitting me hard that it's like, fuck, that's gonna be me one day. And there's also another gym where they have like a walking pool, and the ladies are in there with their little foam weights and they're pushing down and they're smiling, and I'm like, fuck me, that's gonna be me one day. And like right now when I look at that, I'm like, no way, that's not even a workout, that's boring. But I bet when I'm 80, I'll be like talking to my girlfriend like, wasn't that such a great workout? Oh my God, we walked so fast in that water and they turned on the resistance even more. So point is, you're not going to get one specific choice that keeps you happy for the rest of your life. And if you even talk to people who they find the life partner and they stay with that person their whole lives, they always say something like, well, truth be told, I married my wife. I didn't know that I was going to be essentially marrying 3 women. I fell in love. This was who I married. This is who I loved for 15 years. And then this is who I stayed married to and who I loved. And I got to know her and I figured out the new way to support her. And then this is the 3rd person I married. It all happened to be the same person, you know? And there's other people who aren't quite as in alignment as that guy was. And he says, he's like, well, the biggest key to like staying married is that when you guys want to break up, and you're going to want to get divorced, sometimes the hard conversation is, look, I don't want to start all over, but my needs have changed. And I said, in the first time, it was me who had to adopt and change to my wife. The second time, it was her who had to adopt and change to me. Does that make sense? Not one thing is going to make you perfectly happy your whole life. So this is, okay, I want to read all your comments, Contra, but does that make sense? See, that is sneaky. I wouldn't call it sneaky, right? Because think about it. When you're there, Concha, you are like, you know what, universe? The end goal is to run my own brokerage. Right now, it's too big of a leap. I don't feel safe taking all that legal compliance on my own. I either need a partner who that's solid on them, which that's going to come with things you need to bring in alignment too. That means you're going to go 50-50 with someone, and it's going to be like a marriage. And then anything you create from that, it's 50-50 with both of you the rest of your lives. The Berkshire Hathaways, you're going to have to deal with like employees and you're going to deal with coworkers and meetings you don't want to be a part of and having to hit quotas and numbers that they set for you, right? So either way, you're going to have things that you have to bring into alignment. The point is, it's a universe. I'm running my own brokerage, and right now I'm on the step of gaining comfort with legal compliance. Can you show me all the options for the ways that I can do that? And help me see what I would like the most out of each one, and help me see what I will have to bring into alignment about each one. And that like you get to choose. Well, Contra, you're not going to be there a month or two. To be honest, if you join, it's not going to be a month or two. You're saying that there's always evolution and changes that will have to be evaluated and maybe updated as I go. Yes, absolutely. Sneaky is me letting them know I'm going all in and only be there a month or two, is what I'm saying. I don't think you're going to be there a month or two, though. Because after being there for a month or two, I don't think you're going to learn everything you need to learn about legal compliance. Right? Like, do you really think do you think you're going to go in and they're just going to have this absolute perfect training for you on legal compliance? No, because that's the part of partnering with them and working for them. They take care of legal compliance while you just go out there and sell. So that means when you sell your first house and you're like, okay, they wanted this in the contract, they'll be like, nope. And then you get that and you're like, oh, well, why not? Oh, legal compliance, blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense, Concha? What I can tell you is you have a choice of finding a course, finding a mentor, probably paying them money, and hiring like a real estate coach. Don't drop this coach. This coach keeps you in alignment. But you have that choice. I could either spend a lot of money and hire a coach or a real estate mentor who's been down that path before, and they could teach me everything I need to learn, or I can run my brokerage and then just as I go, I'll always have my once a week coaching call with them to, hey, this is what I'm doing. Am I good? Right? That will get you to being a brokerage the fastest, but it's probably going to cost you the most money. You have the path of partnering with someone, but then you got to be 50-50 with them the rest of your business. Or you can just go, you know what, for the next 6 to 9 months, I am building my comfort and I'm going to work at Berkshire Hathaway's for at least 6 months, no more than a year, because I'm going to learn what I need to learn. I'm going to be making money as I go. That's going to be the path that gets you the most money the fastest. So, right, do you want the shortest, fastest way there that costs you the most money? Because it's going to take you time to build up a team and start selling houses and figuring out marketing that works. So this is going to be the shortest, fastest way to be your own brokerage. It's going to cost you the most money. The partnership, you're going to have the 50-50 partnership, and every decision you make, it impacts them. You got to run it by them, right? Or you got to decide, like, you know what, I'm choosing the slowest path to be my own brokerage, but it's going to be the easiest, gentlest, and it's going to bring the most money into my pocket now. But you know what? I won't be my own brokerage yet, but hell, I'm only like 38, 39, 40. I don't know how old you are. I still got a whole heck of a lot of life ahead of me. I could spend 6 months to a year here, and I'm going to be making money the quickest way possible. I'm going to see how they do their marketing, what's good, what's bad about it. And what I'm hearing from Spirit right now is that you'll be able to take that money and you'll be able to do some of your investments. So it'll be like an explosion of money. I'm like, does that make sense about your choice? And Karina, I hope that helped you too. I don't think I can work for the brokerage. I just miss having a work community, I think. Contra, what I can tell you right now, and we have our mastermind call later today to explore this more, is I don't think you'll like the partnership. The doing it on your own and the working for the other brokerage, those two seem the best. The one that's going to be softest and gentlest on your emotions is going to be working for someone else, but you have to commit to it. Say, hey, this is something that I'm doing for at least 6 months. What did Spirit say? I didn't catch that last part. Well, I told you your 3 choices, and you can watch the replay. If you work for the brokerage, this will be the one. It will be the slower path to being your own brokerage, but it will be the one that gets you money faster. So it'll be the slower path, but it'll get you more money faster. And when you get your little commission for selling a house, you'll be like, woohoo, money. I'm pissed I have to give this much to the brokerage, but woohoo, money. And then you can take that money and you'll be able to like put it in other investments that you do. So it'll be like a bonus here and then a bonus here. So I gave you just go back and watch the replay. This one is going to be the most emotionally kind of tolling on you, doing your own brokerage right away, and it'll be the most expensive for you because you'll have to hire a coach. Like you could either hire a coach, pay for a class to learn all the legalities, but it will take you time to hire and get your employees and consultants going to make money. Just watch the replay. Yes, definitely did give me a better perspective where I'm at. All right. Beautiful show, guys. Enjoy next week as your holiday. Thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate you all, and see you guys in January. Bye.